Hi, folks. So jumping into part two here, everything else at the beginning is linked up. So I'm just going to start at the menu section, um, just because on this version, when you select a menu item, it ends up with a pop-up, or you get a pop-up to add it to your cart, adding special instructions, etc. So to connect this one up, I'm going to click that box again, click the arrow, just as we did previously, and I'm going to connect it over to this menu pop-up. But I'm going to slide over to the right and change this. So ensuring all your other pages are under transition. For the pop-up, we want this to be overlay. So when we do that, we end up with this green box, and this means where we want that pop-up to show up. So you can actually literally see that transparency. So do I want it to show up at the top, back over into the top right corner? So we can just kind of use our smart guides to find where that middle might be. And that pop-up automatically closes when you re-click again, but it's always nice to add a little X button. And again, making sure that we would connect that add to cart as well. So I'll just do a quick play and show you what that looks like. And there it is. Great. So that's a nice, quick, easy option. I do want to show you one thing in case you might run into this issue. Whoops. From our design tab, I did mention this probably the very early stage of the semester. This dotted line here with this little slider bar, this is the fold. So in this instance, the fold is here, and that means anything beyond this dotted line, you will need to scroll to get to. I do always recommend leaving this in place because generally based off of the artboard size, the phone size, the screen size that we have selected, this is everything that's going to appear when you land on the site. So it's good to keep that where it is versus moved around. For a pop-up, it might be here, it might be in fact be lower. I just want to show you what it looks like if that fold is maybe somewhere in the middle. Going back over to the prototype, clicking that arrow, you can see what's happening here now. So it's actually physically cutting off that, that screen. Like I said, anything below that dotted line, below that fold is now going to be a scroll. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So that's where testing is key. I'm just going to go back to there and slide that back down to the bottom. Bring that menu up and back over to prototype. When I select that, I should be able to see that full screen. So I'm going to hit that, press play, hit the nachos and guac, and there we are. So while I do that, I'm just going to jump into how to do your hamburger navigation as well. This is missing, obviously, some, oh no, I'm not missing any details. I thought this was the onboarding. So we do it the same. So we want to connect that hamburger navigation to this navigation window that opens up. Please, again, as we had on this menu, we want to ensure that we are connecting that hamburger nav to this actual opening navigation on every single screen. You don't want to end up in the menu and not be able to use the navigation. So again, I would go ahead and I would click that hamburger nav, grab that little arm. It's already defaulted to overlay. Going to bring it over there. Again, you can decide where you want that. You generally wouldn't want your navigation to just open right in the middle. It's a bit odd to do that. You can have it pop open here or here. Again, it's all just depending, but also keep in mind when you are, this needs to be all grouped. Oops. When you are replacing that navigation, make sure you keep it in the exact same spot. You don't want it to be dead center in one spot, top right in another spot, etc. And grab that arrow and slide it over. And again, making sure that we place that in the exact same spot. So now we can go ahead and test, hit that hamburger nav, noting that we'll still need to relink all of those. But so far, we're looking good. Let's connect up that order now button. So making sure again, because it's in that dotted line, that means it's going to open as a pop-up. We don't want that. We just want to transition it over to there. And then we can connect home to here, menu, obviously over to here. And then again, always just making sure we're connecting everything up so we don't get lost and or locked anywhere in our site. Back to home. And that's how we do our Hamburger navigation and or pop-up screens. And one more tutorial to come.